Cool. Congratulations on the win. What were your thoughts of it?
Yeah, obviously it's a huge win for us. It's been well documented our struggles on the road, so yeah, we've decided to come to the furthest place we can play and get a win. Though I thought we were well-deserved winners in the end. It was very, very tight in the first half, pretty end-to-end, and both teams had some good chances, but I thought in the second half we really sort of stepped it up and had the best chances and deserved the win in the end. And we just had two real moments of quality. I think Alyssa's through ball for the second goal was outrageous really, and Macy's finish for the third goal, and those bits of quality we haven't had those in the last few weeks, and it was awesome to see that tonight. So very, very tough game, but I thought in the end we deserved to win.
You guys looked devastating on the counter attack, and at times looked like you were going to score every time. You kind of caught them on the hop, particularly second half as they committed more numbers forward. Where does that rank in terms of attacking performances for you guys?
Yeah, it's definitely up there. I mean, the great thing is the team's kind of almost refound itself and its identity. We were doing that at the start of the season, and we were attacking like that with kind of all that energy and bodies running forward. And we've had a few weeks where we haven't been able to do it, so it was just so good to see us back to ourselves again tonight. And I thought Isabel and Mariana caused a lot of problems. Alyssa in the space in behind, and it just came from our aggressive pressing in the middle of the pitch, and we were turning the ball over and then countering, and it was working for us a treat. And we did that into the wind, and then we talked at the second half about how it was going to be hard for them to be into the wind, and we'd sort of have it behind us, so it helped us, I think, in the end.
You guys came to Perth a bit earlier than you kind of normally would because you had an away game last week. How much did that help?
Oh yeah, huge. I mean, it could literally change our season, I think, doing that. It was a really good decision. We're really thankful to the club for kind of like obviously costs to come this early and to put us up. So like to do that for us was huge, and it's been great. We've had some time in Perth, adjusted to the time zone, trained in the heat. We didn't probably need it because it wasn't that hot tonight, but it's just been great to be here. It's a beautiful place, and I think we've enjoyed kind of having time together. And after Sunday we were pretty sore, like it was a hard one to take. We obviously got a little bit humiliated in the first half, and just to be together and kind of spend that time together as a team, going through what we needed to, and to come together tonight, I thought that was just really valuable.
Macy's come on off the bench and scored an absolute thunderbolt of a strike there. Can you just talk about sort of how you've been working with her in particular, because her attacking instincts to sort of with the vision and the way that she sort of put that one in, placement was terrific. So
yeah,
is that something she's been working on?
Yeah, look, I've seen it so many times, over the last few years in the academy, and like she works on it. She hits an amazing ball. She's just technically really gifted. We know that she's got it in her. Obviously, we had a few goals from outside the box earlier in the season, and so there's probably been a bit of a gap. I know she's been a bit frustrated that some of her efforts in other games haven't gone in. So we had a plan tonight that we thought that later in the game, when people were getting tired, we could bring her on and have that kind of like burst of energy, and she did it perfectly, and it worked a treat. So it's nice when it comes off. It doesn't always, the plans don't always happen like that, but it was great tonight, and obviously delighted for her.
Alyssa's work rate, I mean, you've obviously mentioned earlier as well, she's a real X factor in this team, always has been really. But tonight is especially potent with a lot of those runs and individual efforts, Mariana as well. But again, just sort of speaking to that work rate that you're seeing, and probably the mentality of the fact that they've been around all week, they're familiar with the conditions. But that output from Alyssa in particular really shone through and really sort of gave an edge that you probably weren't expecting to have. So how can you sort of speak to that on her performance as well?
Yeah, look, I think this is the new Alyssa Winham.
Yep.
I think she's always been technically good and dribbles and has the ball close to her feet, but what she's added this season is mentality, hunger, desire, and strength, physicality. She's making tackles, she's getting back, she's being able to, like, mobility-wise, get up and down much better. So I think this is just a new and better version of her, and the confidence is starting to flow now. yeah, look, I don't know what odds you'd get at the TAB for an Alyssa Wynnum header at the back post, but it would have been high.
Yeah.
And then we saw that like kind of brilliance of the dribble and the through ball for the second goal. So, look, she's got all the ability, and she's now starting to add the other elements that you need to be a top professional. So she's still only 20, and it's exciting, you know.
You mentioned the conditions and the wind. With that goal being conceded late in the first half, was that something that you were relatively happy with to be going in at 1-1? Because it almost looked like it could have been a 2-goal advantage, that breeze.
Yeah, I think we were probably more aware of how strong that wind was when Riley was kicking. Like, you could kind of see it really holding up and almost kind of sticking in the air, and I think we sort of then appreciated how strong that was and how hard it is to kind of play into it. So yeah, look, I wasn't happy with the goal that we conceded, because set pieces like really were a downfall for us on Sunday against Victory, and we've worked a lot this week on that and had lots of discussions. So to concede a set piece was disappointing, but equally I thought the delivery was amazing. Like, she used the wind like to perfection and kind of really put it in the right spot. But I think you're right, I would have taken 1-1 at half time, and knowing that we had that in the second half, so it wasn't the end of the world, and we'd played well, so I thought we regrouped and we used it to our advantage in the second half.
And what's the situation with Rebecca? It looked like an awkward fall on a knee. Any major concerns from that, or are you just waiting on medical staff?
Yeah, it's ankle. I think like in the tackle, like rolled her ankle. So yeah, she's pretty sore and she's hobbling around a little bit. It's one of those things where she's had a previous injury on that ankle and has actually had an injection on that ankle this season. So it's a little concerning for her, but it's hard to say at the moment. I think we'll know in the next few days how it kind of responds. But yeah, hopefully it's not too bad, because she's really started to kind of find her feet in the team at this level. But what I was so pleased with is how we responded to that. We lost one of our leaders and strong players, and I thought Mickey Foster, Mac and Tiana were amazing as a back three, and did an amazing job. And Mickey has had to play midfield for me, left back, left wing back, and now left centre back. So she's a dream for a coach, because she can just pretty much play anywhere. So I thought she was amazing. Yeah.
Just quickly, Paul, I've got a mate in Dunedin who's stayed up to watch the game, sent me a message 2 a.m. in the morning. He's absolutely buzzing.
Yeah,
So do you have a message for the fans and the ones who've stayed up through the night to see this?
Oh, look, if people are staying up to watch, especially with our form away from home, they deserve a medal, I tell you. I don't even think my family have stayed up to watch this one. So yeah, look, unbelievable. Like, we've got some brilliant fans. There's one or two here as well. I think the A-League, especially like what I've seen on the road, is like there's just some really die-hard fans, and it's just awesome to see. So yeah, tell him thank you from me, and we really appreciate the support.
No worries. Thanks.